you very much. Go on. I am always astonished with your letters. I cannot understand how a so young boy like you is able to write down so lovely and intelligent letters. And the wonderful snapshots, I appreciate very much that you took care to go to the post office and to put into an envelope so nice pictures. I looked at them a lot of times, and I have to tell you which were my thoughts. The first one is that I want to see you again as soon as possible. I was hesitating to fly to this New York this summer, but I had no real purpose without seeing you. Nothing could enjoy me more than to take you in my arms. I would like only to be sure that it's the same for you as it could be. I'm a little bit afraid to be so excited to meet you again when I think of the short period during which we were together. I remember quite well that I cried a lot when you left me at the station on my last weekend in the big city. Do you? And I had difficulty to forgive you to have left me alone, but you explained to me the reasons. The second one is that you look nearly the same. I say nearly because you look taller and thinner. The surprising difference is your long hair. To anyone, you are still very good looking, and the most important thing is that I find the same nice boy when I have the great pleasure to see you again. I love your pictures, and if you have other ones, don't hesitate to send me them. I'll keep them very carefully. I am laughing a little bit about your long hair. Don't consider that as a criticism, but I prefer you with shorter hair. You are probably to do it for your magazine snapshots. Last week I said to one of my young accountants, "Do you want really to be one of the Beatles?" He blushed and promised to go to the hairdresser, but he did not. May I confess that I have longer hair, but still shorter than the young beautifuls in Paris. The third thought provoked by your beautiful face is that I am pleased you are a little bit older. As you have written it, you have thought of the problems of life, of love, of your way of living, of the purpose you have to follow. When I met you, I was convinced after a few days that you could not arrest your attention on one person, Jean Gabriel, but that it was necessary for you at your age to know other boys, the gay life, and all the aspects of the way of living in the world, and it was painful for me. You did, and I cannot criticize you. I regretted it, but I had not the right to do it. You had to compare between them a lot of things, a lot of persons, and only after you could stabilize yourself. This moment can happen when you are 20, 30, or 40, even more. It depends on persons. Have you now enough elements of comparison, and do you know now partly what you want? I hope so, and I hope you have the desire to live a quieter life, a more interesting life, more attractive, and that I could have a place in that life. You have to tell me frankly which one. What is the use to meet a lot of boys, to scatter his love, to kill his capacity of love finally? You have to choice your way. You have a lot of abilities. Don't spoil your life. Build something nice and great. And for that, love is necessary, real love, and not a lot of affairs. But with whom would you like to try? You're more confident now because what you wrote about your love and your neurotic needs is very well deliberated and true. Believe me, a French boy at your age could not analyze a problem in such an intelligent way. And I like intelligent persons. You say that you don't live only for the, quote, immediate satisfaction of your neurotic needs, unquote, that it has taken for you 2 years to learn it. Wonderful, wonderful, but be prudent before swearing. I'll never drink of this water. The last but not least thought is about us. After such a nice and intelligent letter, I discovered great changes in you, in the good direction. I wonder if you are ready to come back 2 years sooner and to build something marvelous with the boy who did not forget you. I'm afraid because it's nearly impossible. At 3,000 miles, it's maybe madness, but why could we not be mad? With you, it can be only lovely. I feel that there is a very good occasion of showing what we are able to do, our letters. Both of us, we have to prove that we want to be more than ordinary friends, and one of the conditions is to keep, until we meet each other, a very close contact. I make a proposal, a reasonable one, I feel. We have to swear to send a letter once every 2 weeks, at least. I think that 2 letters a month, it's not too much. I am ready to swear it if you do it, and this vow should be valid until we meet. Don't do again what we did 2 years before. There is no question of language. A second condition is that we must tell always the truth. We must not hide anything. And to begin, I'll tell you that I had a lover until September 10th. It was short because he wanted to see me seldom because of his family. He was 23 years old. And there was a question of money. He asked me for a lot, and I did not know if he was interested about me or about my wallet. It lasted 3 months, but he had a lot of difficulties, no job, no flat. But could we accept that somebody has sex for interest? Are you in New Jersey for a long time? It's much better to be away from New York temptations. I understand that you could come to Europe. Tell me as soon as possible which are your plans. Is it necessary to write that you are invited at my place? I'll get a new car next month, a convertible one, and we could do together some nice trip through Europe. I have more to say about your music, about your job as a model. It will be for the next letter. My dear Gino, I seldom wrote a long letter with such a pleasure. Be good, write soon. Love and love, from your Jean Gabriel. Next reader.